In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your front brakes on your Chrysler 300. It's located behind your wheels. Using a 21mm socket, we're going to remove our lug nuts, remove our wheel. Remove your wheel. I'm going to use an 18mm wrench to hold this still and a 13mm socket to take these bolts out. Before we take this off, we're going to open up this bleeder. I'm going to use a 10mm socket and just crack it open. Just make sure that opens. So when we compress the caliper, we can open that. Now we're going to use a pry bar. I'm going to pry off the top part of the caliper. Make sure you're in between the caliper and not this tin. I have a caliper hanger ready. And don't kink that hose, just hang it up. Now we're going to remove our pads. Just slide them out. Using an 18mm socket, we're going to take out the bolts for the caliper bracket. Make sure you have a hand on the bracket while you take out the top one. Slide this off. Now you can take your rotor off. Ours is pretty stuck, so I'm going to put a lug nut on and use a hammer to get it off. Remove your rotor. We have a lot of cleaning up to do. You want to remove any rust from the surface. You can use a wire brush, or you can use a power tool. I'm going to do a little of both. All right, now that you've cleaned it all up, make sure you get in here as well, right on that crease. You're going to put some anti-seize on. You can use the spray stuff too if you have that. Some rotors have an oil on them, so you're going to want to brake clean them off. Like this. So I put it on backwards to do the back side, and then I flip it over and do the front. You're going to want to use a lug nut to hold your rotor on. And you can clean the oil off of the front. We're going to clean our bracket. I'm going to take off these tins first. You can throw those out. We've got new ones. After you take the tins out, you're going to want to clean with a flathead screwdriver at first just to get the creases, and then a wire brush. You want to get any brake dust off and rust. want to make sure these are really clean so that your new tins sit on there nicely. Do the same on the other side. Once you feel like that's clean, we're going to put a little bit of silicone paste on there before putting the tins on. And now we'll put our tins on. I'm going to pull these out, wipe off whatever was on there. I put new silicone paste on, set it aside, do the same on the other side. Put some more silicone paste, set it aside, and now we're going to clean the inside of this. Now we're going to clean out inside the bracket. To do that, I'm using a brush on a drill. I'm going to put a little paste in there and do my brush one more time, and that'll help clean out anything else. Going to put this in, and we're going to go in and out a few times just to see if there's anything else in there. Looks pretty clean. So we're going to push it in, and you're going to need a pick to pick up that boot. So when you push it in, you want to get that air out. So you're going to pick up this little lip here. Don't tear the boot, and you're going to let the air out. You want that to stay in on its own, and when you pull it out, you want it to suck it back in. That's the vacuum you need. Do the same on the other side. We're going to install our bracket. Slide it down, line it up, and start your bolts. We're going to snug these up and torque them to 133 foot-pounds. Next, we're going to put our pads in. You have to get around that tin. So make sure they're seated properly. You're going to use a brake tool to compress both pistons at the same time. You could use a block of wood and a C-clamp, or you can use a brake tool like this. I'm going to crack open our bleeder, which we already got ready, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Let that drip a little bit, and we're going to compress this caliper. I have a drip pan below to catch any fluid, and we'll clean it up after. So we're going to compress these pistons down together all the way until they don't go anymore. Once you've compressed it all the way, You're going to tighten down your bleeder. Clean up your mess. And then you release your tool. Make sure you look at your master cylinder and it's topped off. Now we're going to install our caliper. Slide it on top. And get your bolts started. Snug these up and torque them to 44 foot-pounds. Take your lug nut off. Put your wheel on. Start your lug nuts. I'm going to start the bottom lug nut first to lock the wheel on. I'm using a 21mm socket. I'm going to torque my lug nuts to 110 foot-pounds. We're going to do that in a star-like pattern.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.